Hey everybody, I'm Julie. This is my husband Brian, and we're going to talk to you about all things real estate.
It is April 24th, 2024, and boy, have things changed.
They certainly have, Skipper. One of them, it's going to be a buyer's market, no longer a seller's market. What else?
We're going to go to this article from wolfstreet.com and how 31.7% of sellers are reducing the price of their homes because they're finding out the hard way that buyers are not chomping at the bit like they were 2 years ago to buy property, especially now that it's overpriced in this market.
That's right.
So we've seen upwards of 200,000 price reductions with places on the ocean. And how can you use it to your advantage, babe?
Well, you can go in and you can start right away, but you have a lot of leverage room to play with.
And some things to think about if you're not using a realtor is look at how many days on the market has that property been on the market. Because if you see more than 45, 50 days, which is average, you can really start to see that they're having a problem selling that home.
Yeah, and the sellers want at least just a contract. Just put something in writing and then we can start negotiating.
Because the worst thing that's going to happen is they're going to counteroffer you and you can counteroffer them.
Absolutely.
So the worst thing you could do is not put in an offer on a home that you really do love just because you think it's overpriced. Because at the end of the day, if you know that the rates are a little bit more than you would want to pay and you have the ability to negotiate a price to offset the rates, then why not do so?
Absolutely, because we have a saying here at the Briggs home. It is to date the rate and marry the home.
So yes, what she means by that is in a year or two, if the rates go down, you can obviously refinance. So
Yes. If it's a home that you really, really love,
but you're also able to afford it and not, live paycheck to paycheck and eat ramen noodles just because you wanted this home. So anyway,
let's get into it.
let's get into what? We already talked
The
about it.
article.
We just talked about it.
Oh, okay.
So if you've never thought about new construction versus resale, especially here in Lakewood Ranch, Florida, it might be something you want to consider. And here's why. When you have a builder, they have what's called a blanket mortgage for a plat of land, and every time they finish a property, meaning the home is built, they incur more cost. And the longer they sit on top of those homes that are not being bought, that's going to, reduce their overall profit margin. And they want to make as much profit as they can. And with the rates being a little bit higher, builders are really incentivizing buyers to purchase a new home with design upgrades, thousands of dollars of design upgrade credits, thousands of dollars of closing costs. And what they're doing now is a lot of rate buy downs, which could be upwards of 2% for a certain period of time, saving you thousands of dollars. So new construction is definitely a thing to look into, especially here in Lakewood Ranch, Florida. Master plan communities, I know they have them in Texas as well.
And sometimes we'll be at a home, either doing an open house or just showing the property, and we think to ourselves, why would somebody buy this existing home that's over 10 years old when they can get a brand new home built to the way that they want it built with just as much cost to it?
Yeah, and builds are around 12 to 24 months here in Lakewood Ranch, Florida, depending on the size of the house. However, I do know that Florida is also noticing that rentals are a priority or a need.
They are.
So if you are one of those people that can leverage to buy a new home, a new construction home, there's plenty of spots that you can rent in the interim during your build. So that being said, if you've not thought about building, I've actually built before, so has she, and I think it's a good way to go.
It is. Something to really...
Oh, and lastly, if you think that you can't negotiate price as well with new construction, you're wrong. You can. So
everything's negotiable.
Yeah, everything's negotiable. So that's another thing to think about. So you have buy down rates, negotiating the price, design upgrades, and thousands of dollars in upgrade or closing cost to consider. Okay.
Enjoy.
So if you have any questions as it relates to real estate here in Florida, or you're thinking about the move to Lakewood Ranch, we're both realtors here. We would love to help you, obviously. But in general, we would like to help you regardless. So we have a YouTube channel that we've created because we know how daunting the task is moving from other states like Kentucky and Oklahoma on places you can go, who you can trust. So at the end of the day, we would love to help you in your real estate needs, but you can also subscribe to our channel and it will help you navigate Lakewood Ranch, Bradenton, Sarasota.
That's right.
So-
Subscribe, like, and follow.
Peace.